Brad.
Hi, Sal.
Summer's coming.
Summer is coming.
It's just past Memorial Day.
Right.
That's the official start to summer, except for not the actual summer date, which is somewhere in the middle of June.
21st usually.
Yeah, somewhere around there. That's like the longest day of the year.
Yeah.
We're in the Pacific Northwest, and
Right.
we have really long days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's 9 o'clock. The sun's still. I mean, the sun's down, but you can still see light. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, camping
Yeah.
this is when people go camping, backpacking,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Although we're going to talk about camping tips today.
Car camping tips, because
Yes.
I'm a little bit not lazy. I'm going to say I prefer to not have the hassle of a backpack.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to.
I want to take it
hike
easy.
8 miles or 20 miles or whatever you do backpacking. Car camping is great. The national parks, well, all over the world, but we'll talk specifically about the U.S. and Canada because that's where we visited, are fantastic.
Yeah.
The camping sites were really good. Let's start in Teton.
Okay, I want to talk to you. Yeah, how do we pick a site? When we are going to be in an area or location, what's the top priority for picking a campsite?
Well, you want it as close to what you want to see as possible.
Yeah.
So you want shade.
No,
So,
that's the number one thing.
Really, yeah, because in the late afternoons, it's getting hot. You've just, you've been hiking all day or, visiting stuff all day, and being in the shade is really nice. So pick a campsite with shade.
And shade in the morning. Because
Yes.
there's nothing worse than being in a tent and having the sun come up at 6:30 and it's just hot.
Right,
And
it's beaming
very,
in your eyes. Yeah, it's like, oh.
That's
So,
not comfortable.
Yeah. So yeah, pick a campsite with shade.
Yeah. And close. We like to be kind of close to the bathrooms, but not too close.
Not too close. You don't want people walking, through your site or by your site in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So, we try to be 100 yards away.
Close enough, but not so close.
Yeah. So, because you're always, we usually get up once in the middle of the night. All right, if she's going to the bathroom, I'm going to go ahead and go because I know it's going to happen. So we'll walk down there. Flashlights, obviously. Headlamps are the best flashlight.
Yeah, we use them all the time.
Whether you're cooking, reading, walking to the bathroom, whatever, hands-free is great. So
Yeah.
the headlamps that you have up is the best.
So you're talking about equipment.
Yes.
What do you have to say? What about a tent?
Oh, a tent. A good waterproof tent with a rainfly. I bought mine, 15 years ago at Sears. And it's a 3-person tent for the 2 of us.
Yep.
Because we put in a full-size inflatable air mattress with a big thick blanket underneath us, and then a blanket, and we zip a couple of sleeping bags together to go on top of us. Most nights that's great because it's summertime, it's warm enough. We had a few nights in Yellowstone where it was down into the 30s. It was cold, so we zipped our down bags to themselves to stay warm.
Right.
So just having it over the top of you wasn't good enough. So
Yeah.
you do have to be prepared, even in the summertime, for cold nights.
The thing about the blanket, if you decide that you want to use an air mattress, which I would 100% recommend.
Oh yeah.
When we bought ours, we got it at the local store, and the guy who sold it to us was a super comedian. He said, get a foot pump because you never need to recharge your legs.
Right.
And you've got 4 of them, and he was absolutely right. It doesn't take hardly any time to pump up air mattress. We have a double size air mattress. It's super comfortable to sleep on. We camped for 6 weeks. I certainly would not have been happy if we'd had like a Thermarest or some other kind of very thin pad. I would have been irritated, I think. We used pillows because we had a car. Why not? I mean, if you have a car, why not bring what you need?
Bring
I'm
your
not
pillows
saying
from home.
I don't think you should bring more stuff. But the thing about the blanket, we used a very thick microfiber polyester type plush blankie to protect us from the cold air that's in an air mattress. That air in the air mattress gets very cold from the ground, and it can be quite uncomfortable. Even in the summertime, if it's hot, it's uncomfortable to sleep on it.
Yeah, if you sleep on an air mattress without a big thick blanket underneath you, you are going to wake up and you are going to be cold. So you have to have that blanket.
I agree, 100%.
And that air mattress was as comfortable as some of the hotel rooms we stayed in. So it's absolutely worth it. You don't wake up, you know, when I backpack. I have a nice Thermarest. I mean, it's thick, but it's not a 12-inch nice mattress.
Yeah.
So you can't carry that backpacking, but definitely car camping, carry that. We zipped together 2 sleeping bags and laid it on top of us as kind of a blanket, except for the very cold nights.
Yeah. I mean, even speaking about car camping, we currently do own a vehicle that's more of an all-wheel, all-terrain type vehicle, but we didn't use that. We used your car, your sedan.
We just had a sedan. You don't need anything special to go car camping. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, forget, you know, oh, you need the van or you need the, you know, this and that. Toyota Corolla, you can go car camping. You know, we have a cooler that keeps the food cool, and it's a pretty nice one. It's old, but it's certainly not your, you know, new ones that cost you $300. That'll keep your food warm for 4 days, but this will keep it warm for 3. Cool, right? So, and you just, you know, you drain the water, you throw in some more ice, and you have food.
So that's the other thing. We don't do social camping where it's a homestead that you set up so that you can cook outside a lot. We actually are more interested in photographing and hiking while we're camping, and we tend to have very simple meals at our campsite and have a meal out when we conclude our day, when we're done hiking and photographing.
Yeah.
You know, everybody is different. If you have the energy to go out for an 8 or 10 or 12 mile hike and then come back to your campsite and prepare an amazing camp meal, more power to you.
Yeah.
That's not something that I'm interested in doing, and I always felt very hungry at the end of our hikes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I wanted to get that burger or that plate of spaghetti or whatever we were going to have at some local restaurant.
All the national parks have good food. I mean, they have good restaurants. So we, you know, I have a little tiny propane stove, single burner propane stove. Now I have the double Coleman, you know, stove that, you know, if we want a 3-course meal, whatever. I do have that, but I just don't bring it with me. That's not the way we go. If you have, you know, 8 people in your family and you're going to be cooking stuff, that's the way you want to go.
Yeah.
They're great stoves. I've used mine many times, just not recently. So I just have a little single burner propane. It gets us coffee in the morning.
Yeah, let's talk about that, coffee in the morning.
Yeah, if you drink coffee in the morning, single burner stove, we just have a, you know, pot with water in it. And you take it and you know, dump it in. We
use a French press.
Yeah, we use a French press. You know, you can take a French press with you. It's very simple. You can also just get, you know, the little Starbucks coffee things or instant coffee, whatever it is you want. But, you know, we normally grind it in the morning first thing, but when we're going camping, you know, we don't have electricity, so we just buy coffee already ground, and it's fine.
So what's really nice about that is we heat the water in a pot and we have breakfast with our cup of coffee. If we use a bowl for yogurt and a spoon and our cup of coffee, then we still will reserve some of that hot water so that we can clean up really quick at the conclusion of our meal.
Yeah.
And that's really easy to do. It takes no time. It's not a big burden to do 100 dishes.
Right. Don't leave food out. Don't leave messy dishes out. You're going to attract things that you don't want in your campsite. If a bear is walking by, no big deal. Bears never bothered me. I've seen them walking by at 10 or 15 feet, but I don't have food laying around that he's going to be interested in. So clean up afterwards. Make sure you're leaving your campsite spotless.
Yeah.
There's always going to be the little rodents around, and they're not going to really bother you. But if you leave food in your tent, the little rodents will eat a hole in your tent that now mosquitoes and everything else can get in.
Right.
Or the bear's going to walk through your tent and tear it apart. That bear can open your car door.
Yeah.
He puts his claws in the top window and just rolls it down and climbs in. So no food in the car, although the Canadian bears are not smart enough to know this yet. So in Canada, you can leave food in your trunk. In the United States, you cannot. You take that out and you put it in a metal bear box.
Bear box. They have those. They're widely available. They're available at every campground I've ever been at.
Yeah, all the campsites have them.
Sometimes you have to share them with other campers.
Oh yeah,
you might have a shared box.
Yeah, they're like 4 feet wide, so you take half and put your cooler in, put all your food in, and just don't leave anything with smells in your car.
Yeah.
And never had a problem.
You know, it's just beyond that too. Let's say you like to use chapstick and it's flavored.
Right.
Don't keep that in your tent.
No.
Don't bring
Toothpaste,
soda or Gatorade
right.
into your tent at night. Just anything that has a delicious, delightful aroma that might attract a bear is best just to keep it out of your tent in the bear box.
Yeah. In fact, if you're having a meal and that greasy burger drops on your pants, don't bring those pants in with you.
Yeah.
It's nothing with smells.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, and it's just easy. You don't sleep in your jeans, so throw on your sweats or whatever you sleep in, and throw your jeans into the bear box. It's very simple. And you don't have to keep everything in there all the time, just when you're not around.
Right.
The bears
are
not typically aggressive.
Right.
The cubs are the only reason bears are aggressive, and I've even been around. They're 100 yards out, going across the meadow. And there's 50 people over here watching them, and Mom didn't care. No one was running out, hey, I want to, pet your cub. So just don't get in the way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I wanted to go back to tents really quickly. So you talked about a waterproof tent, and people are probably imagining the most important thing is that rain flood because you're going to have rain coming down on top of you.
Yes.
I would suggest this. That is important, but also equally important is the ground cover part of it, because we were in some very, very big storms with a lot of rain coming down, but your tent is waterproof on the bottom as well. We did not have any water coming into our tent.
Right.
That's great. One thing that we did that I thought was really smart, we spent all this time camping and we bought a little doormat.
Yes.
To go in front of our tent so we could wipe off our shoes a little bit, take our shoes off, and bring them into the tent with us. We have a little extra room because it's a 3-person tent,
Right.
but without bringing a ton of mud in.
Right.
And then it also gives you a place where you can slip your shoes on in the morning time without, again, dealing with a ton of mud that you have to step out into a wet, muddy mud hole.
Yeah. Yeah, the
After a
mat
rain.
is actually quite nice.
Yeah. I think that was
You are car camping, so bring all the extra stuff. Bring chairs. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to sit around the campfire. You want a nice chair.
Yeah.
They're easy, and have a little soda or beer holder on the side there, and
Yeah.
so
I agree.
that's great too.
We bought boxed wine and we just got rid of the box and kept the wine in the plastic bag in the cooler, so it would take
Right.
up less room and be a little more form-fitting to meld around our
Yeah.
other stuff in there, and that was handy.
Yeah, we had a nice 13-quart cooler, so you'd have all the beer, all the food, everything you'd want in there.
That needs to be cold.
Right.
Only.
And then we just kept bags for everything else that would move over into the bear box.
Dry goods, right?
Yeah.
Good. Campfires. We aren't big campfire people. We would make a fire occasionally, but not every single night.
Sally is a campfire master. She just knows how to start a campfire. I used to bring, when I backpacked and camped, I'd bring road flares with me. I'd have a couple of road flares, because if you're stuck in a major storm and you're backpacking and you're wet, you're in trouble. So we needed a fire one night. It only happened once in, months of backpacking, but I fired that thing off and I put it down, and the wood was wet, and it dried the wood and started a fire.
Wow.
And it got us warm, and we were able to dry out mostly before going to bed that night. So it was that's what I do. These days I would just go into my tent, or worst case scenario, we drive to a hotel. It's not like you're so far away from everything,
Yeah.
Yellowstone's a big national park, so it would take you hours to get somewhere.
And there may not be rooms available because it's very impacted.
Yeah, but anyway, we never had any trouble with the rain. Have a good tent, and you set it out, you get up in the morning. We only had one day that I remember in Yellowstone where, there's a big storm coming through. So we just went into Yellowstone Lodge, bought Wi-Fi for the day, and hung out for the day.
Yeah.
And it actually cleared up later in the day, and we went out to, search for wildlife, which is dumb. Never do that in the afternoon. Wildlife is a morning thing.
Yeah, I would agree.
You want to get up early in the morning and go to where, they say, oh, these are where the bears are, the moose are, the wolves, whatever. Go in the morning, because that's when they're up and out.
Yeah, very early morning.
Yeah.
So normally you can buy campfire wood in bundles. Typically it'll come in a package that's
Yes.
pre-bundled with some kindling. It's typically about $5 for a bundle. Normally that's good for an evening of a
Yeah.
couple hours worth of a fire. We cheat, I would say, all the time. We have an axe, and if we we'll buy like a duraflame log and chop a little hunk of that off.
Right.
Get some tissue around that, and whatever, make sure that you remember to grab the newspaper or some other kind of paper so that you can create enough flame to get your kindling started. Between a lot of paper, a little bit of a duraflame log, and a lot of kindling, you can get a fire going
And
pretty quickly.
Air. You want to fan it. That was the big thing I learned from Sally, yes. So get a fan, something to fan it with, because blowing on it, you get lightheaded. So, and also Canada, a lot of the parks, national parks in Canada, provide you free wood. Now, a lot of the time it's wet, so but you go over and there's this huge pile, and so you just pick
But
your
you
own
have to
wood.
buy a fire permit, which is $5.
Right, you have
So
to buy.
it's essentially the same.
Yeah. So, but they provide you the wood.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
then you can decide, like, if you want to have a fire that night or not.
Right.
You can take your time and decide when you're going to have it just at the right time, and you can burn it all night
Yeah.
as long as you have that permit.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't think of anything else. So as far as food goes, like I said, we would go to a restaurant for our big meal during the day, but for breakfast, for example, in addition to coffee, we'd typically have something like yogurt,
Yogurt,
and
apples, bananas,
fruit.
things to
And-
get you going, granola.
we would bring with us for our hike during the day a lot of protein, like cheese sticks and jerky or salami,
Trail mix
nuts,
is really good.
trail
Yeah, a lot of
mix.
nuts.
And we would bring, gosh, I'm blanking now. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Usually just a
You
little
want to have
nice
food with
snack.
you when you're going, because you'd be surprised how many calories you're burning. I mean, you're hiking that 8 miles or whatever, and it's not something you're in unless you're working construction or working something where you're super active. It's not what you're doing every day, so you get hungry. So it's
I would
important to
get
bring
very
food.
cranky.
Yes, yeah,
After a couple miles of, maybe about 4 miles, at that point I'm like, I'm cranky. I need
yeah.
food.
You need food. Yeah.
What else?
Camping tips. Go camping. Go see the national
Yeah.
parks. Every one of them has something that is really amazing. We'll go into Teton National Park, Yellowstone National Park, Glacier National Park. Up into Canada, we went to Banff and Yoho National Park, Jasper National Park, Olympic National Park,
Yeah.
Crater Lake. I think we've already talked about.
Yeah.
There's Yosemite.
That's just in the
Kings
west.
Canyon,
Grand
right.
Canyon.
Grand Canyon, Antelope Canyon, that's not a national park. Oh yeah, and I mean, there was a woman, where were we? We were in Yellowstone National Park, one of the greatest national parks there is, the first one. And I asked her and her husband, they'd been traveling around in an RV, what's your favorite national park? Oh, Maine. I didn't.
Arcadia?
Arcadia National Park, Maine, right. No hesitation whatsoever. So
It's on our list.
that immediately went on my list. So I have to make it out. And, Tennessee, Kentucky, I know have national parks. Everywhere, there's just amazing national parks. I would love to just take a summer and...
Volcano National Park in Hawaii.
Yeah, Volcano National Park, Lassen National Park in California is really cool.
Shasta, is that
Shasta.
a national park?
I don't know if it's a national park or not.
Maybe it's a national forest.
Yeah.
So much to see.
Right. Go camping. It's really easy. You don't need any special equipment. you know, a tent, a mattress, some sleeping bags, a small stove,
Yeah.
and a cooler. That really is it. Everything else can be in paper bags and, you know, clothes. Have some nice shoes to wear. Don't go out on a hike in sandals. I've
Yeah.
done it, but we've
It's
also
always a mistake.
right. Where you come across, you know, these snow patches, and yeah, it's a mistake being in sandals. And
Even on the beach, it's a mistake. We went to Olympic National Park and we started out for a little,
Oh,
we're like,
right.
oh, it's beautiful. Let's go for a little stroll on the beach. And it ended up being, I don't know, 5 miles round trip, and we were in our flip-flops.
Yeah.
And that's rough. The sand is grating on your tender feet, and not the best idea that we've ever had.
Yeah. A lot of it was
really beautiful.
gravel. It was beautiful, but yes. So good shoes are probably
I'm going to say
Good
one
choice.
more thing about camping tips. If you are planning on visiting the national parks, at least in the United States and Canada also, for sure, you can buy an annual pass, and that'll get you into
Oh, yeah.
nearly every single park. It won't get you a campground. That's not included. But
Right.
it will get you in, and it's very affordable. I mean, honestly, it's like a couple of visits, a couple of days in a national park covers the cost.
well, like Yellowstone is $40 to get in. The park pass for all of them is 80, maybe 100. I don't remember what it was. But so, and it lasts for 7 days in a park. But we visited, you know, 5 parks, so it, you know, paid for itself in the first 2.
Yeah.
So,
And it's good for a whole year.
yeah, it is good for a whole year. So absolutely use it.
Yeah, that's a great value.
The U.S. and Canada have different passes. So when we went up to Canada, although we went into 4 national parks up there, so we definitely got our money's worth.
Right. And it's also good for national monuments, except
Yes.
for Mount Rushmore.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know what that situation is.
Yeah. I haven't been to Mount Rushmore in many, many years. I was 18, 19 last time I saw it. So.
It's not really on my list, but
Yeah.
maybe.
If you're driving by, stop and see it. It's kind of cool. I wouldn't make a trip just to go see it, but
Okay.
yeah, there you go. Anyway, so many national parks. Florida, Everglades National Park. Yeah.
Or go camping, even if you're going to a state park or you're going into national forest. These tips would work equally for any one of those
Yes.
opportunities.
Absolutely.
If you have a car
You
in the
might
trunk.
as well be comfortable when you're camping.
Yeah. Because it's not comfortable sometimes. It's kind of a little dirty.
Yeah. So,
It's not like your couch.
right. Usually, all the national parks will have a place you can go shower. You know, after we're hiking, and you know, yeah.
Sometimes you have to pay, and that's okay. It's not too much.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes
Couple
it's
bucks.
a couple bucks, $3. Yeah.
If you're
So,
efficient, you can get it done super fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes they have
plan.
those little quarter machines. Yeah. $2 and hurry. Right.
Right?
It's well worth it after a day of hiking. You're just like, oh yeah, before I go to bed, I want to shower.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Brad.
Okay. Thanks, Al.
This is fun.
Yeah. Happy camping. Oh, subscribe, like, comment. Thanks.